Well, good afternoon, everyone. We'll get started. And I know it's a small crowd, and I can see the faculty, which is nice. But it has all of the formality and all of the import, and it's a pleasure to have you. So thank you for coming. Welcome to graduation in October. It's a seasonal marker in a different season. I'm so glad, though, that we can be together in person today. Luckily, cabinet and furniture making students are in the building, and I get to see you, so I've gotten to know a lot of you either in person or in March when we suddenly lurched into urgent Zoom calls over the spring. And for our graduates who are in the field, who could not travel to be with us in person, we're thinking of you, and we appreciate that you're out there in the world paving the way for the rest of your class. And so thank you for joining us remotely. And also to friends and family watching today's ceremony on video. My name is Sarah Turner. I'm the president of North Bennett Street School. And while I'm particularly pleased to be with our graduates and with our faculty, I'm so glad to know that friends and family are here in spirit, because I'm sure that you have been such an important part of the graduate's success. It really takes a team to support each other on the easy days, but also on the hard days. So I'm so glad you could be here. I want to give a thank you to the North Bennett Street School staff and the very, very goodwill of people at the Old North Church for making today's celebration possible. As I was just saying to Dan, in order to respect the rules of social distancing, we'll conduct 6 graduations, which actually makes for 2 days of celebrations. And I love that we get to extend this over 2 days and just take a pause from the flurry and really spend a moment celebrating the accomplishments. It's wonderful. As I make my remarks today, I also want to invoke Alex Krutsky, who is in our minds, a graduate of the program, an instructor in the program. Claire will say a bit more because we have him in our minds as we celebrate your successes and the successes of the program. So welcome to you, our graduates, and to you, our faculty, honored guests today, absolutely. And in a moment, I'm going to share some thoughts of what your studies and your work has meant to all of us this year and what I hope it will mean for all of you going forward. And at a time like this, it's easy to focus on the right now and the urgent and plans for what is next. But as we all know, we're part of something bigger than ourselves, and there has been a way paved for us by the people who did good work before us. So before you graduate, I'm very pleased to put you in the good company of another North Bennett Street School graduate and our distinguished Alumni Award recipient this year, David Betts. Each year, North Bennett Street School gives the Distinguished Alumni Award to recognize an outstanding graduate in one of our 9 full-time programs based on their professional accomplishments and also their contributions to their industry, their promotion of excellence in craft and trade. And so we are so proud to honor David Betts, class of 1972 in piano technology, as this year's recipient of the Distinguished Alumni Award. Some of you may have gotten to know David in your time at the school, and certainly our piano alumni and our piano friends know him, but I'll tell you just a little bit more about his work because it is truly remarkable. For more than 45 years since he graduated from the program, David has worked as a self-employed technician and rebuilder of pianos, making him one of the foremost experts in his field. And when I think of that, when I think of 45 years working on what you love and serving clients and serving instruments, that would be enough. But David was more than that too. He's an accomplished and beloved educator, and he's been a regular master teacher for the meetings of the Piano Tuners Guild and was awarded PTG's Member of Note Award in 2002. David also started a new chapter for North Bennett. After only a couple of years teaching at the school, he recognized the opportunity for the Advanced Piano Technology program. He developed it, and he moved into the role of department head for both piano programs. It's an example of the things that I'll talk about today: commitment, seeing and developing opportunity, and of course, enduring dedication to others. His work led the program to national and international renown, and he provided lifelong mentorships to students and graduates. This award, the Distinguished Alumni Award, is given through recommendation by peers, so it's really a true testament to the respect and admiration that he earned through his work. With this honor also came an honorary diploma in advanced piano technology, the very program that he started, and that was given to David last spring. It was a reflection of the ways that teaching and learning can really happen simultaneously. So I know David is watching from a healthy and safe distance at home. So congratulations to you, David, and thank you for all of your contributions. But now on to the graduates and our faculty. When I thought about what I would say today, how I might inspire you as you launch into the next chapter, whether that's a job, a next phase of life, I thought I would look to history and I would look to place, the steadfastness of our small school, which will turn 140 years old next year. Or I could look to the endurance of a place like this, the Old North Church, a place that has stood for almost 300 years and seen remarkable moments in American and global history. And invoking those, I would have looked to time and history. Those would have been the inspiration, how those places have weathered and what they've stood for. Or in making my remarks today, I might have conjured an inspiring person, someone who succeeded against odds, who had strength of character to accomplish something significant, someone with compassion and caring who worked on behalf of others. So I thought about words, and I thought about literature, and I thought about acts of courage and rarity, something to inspire you as you move forward, something to take with you as meaningful. And I think at another graduation or another season or another year, I might have taken this approach. I might have looked outside of ourselves for something that would inspire us, looking elsewhere for that spark. So you hear me use words like steadfastness and endurance, strength of character, compassion and caring. This is what you have been. You have been the inspiration, and you have been what propelled the rest of us forward. Because I'm thinking back to the middle of March, and I'm thinking about when we were all in shock and we were all suddenly at home. None of us were prepared for those weeks or those months. None of us knew how to Zoom. None of us knew how to navigate all the technology that we've learned since then. And suddenly you and your teachers were thrown into a world where as someone dedicated to the analog, the by hand, the in-person, people who have chosen your field for that reason, suddenly had these preferred methods taken away from you. And so you had to adapt, and you did, and your faculty did. And I think we were all so grateful in those months, even if we didn't recognize it at the time, to have your progress as our focus. It helped us put one foot in front of the other, facing each challenge as it came. We thought about how you would finish your work, how we would get tools to you, how we would keep you engaged. Your faculty thought about how you could keep making progress, how you could find a pathway forward to today, to graduation, to completion, and accomplishment. So you did this. You showed up on Zoom, you watched videos, you read materials, and you stood by each other. You showed caring and compassion. You showed endurance and steadfastness. And you did it while the world changed. You did it while the world changed radically around you, changing your family life and your working life, your course, and your timeline. And I have to admit, I marveled at how you just simply kept showing up, how we all did, taking something so much bigger than ourselves, just step by step. It took time, of course, it took time. After all, it's the end of October, and it's not the season that we're used to for graduations. But you found ways to stay engaged, to adjust your lives and your goals, and you were ingenious. Many of you found work as a way to continue your learning or your projects in a way to keep your skills up. So I'll say it very simply. We are so proud of you. We're so proud of you. We're inspired by your commitment and your focus. And so as you move ahead and you take on the challenges that will surely come, I think you can really look to this time as a time of challenge, but also as a time of reassurance, because you did something remarkable, and that's already in you. As I've said on other occasions, good work, important work, is not magic. It's not special abilities. It's day-by-day effort, steadily, and you've done this. So as you set up your next lives and your next projects and careers, I hope that you will turn to what you learned and what you experienced here, all that you built, all that you made, all that you fixed and repaired. Because while it's not magic, it is unique and it is really, really special. Through your work, you honor the work of the school and the community that you've become a part of. A school that endures for 139 years is not a static thing. It's not a fixed thing. It's a place that's created and recreated by all of us, by the past, the present, and you, our future. And we saw this year that North Bennett is a bigger effort than what happens in 2 buildings in Boston's North End. It's a network extending out and back through each of us. So as you go on, we're going to want to know about the work that you do, how you're learning, and how your knowledge can teach us about what useful skill looks like in the world. Please keep in touch. Please keep in touch with each other. Please keep in touch with your faculty. Please keep in touch with the currents of culture that will continue to shape what you do. Let us know what you're making. Let us pay attention through your work. We are so honored to have you join 139 years of North Bennett Street School. So on behalf of all of us at the school, Mark Margulies, our board chair, our full board of directors and advisors, and the many, many decades of alumni who balanced changes with their own training before you, well done, really well done. Your work has meant so much to all of us. So I give you my congratulations. Congratulations. Now to celebrate each of you in turn and confer diplomas, Let me introduce a graduate of our cabinet and furniture making program with the distinction of celebrating 20 years at North Bennett Street School today, North Bennett's Provost, Claire Fruitman. Thank you very much, Sarah. So as it says in today's printed program, finishing the requirements for graduation at North Bennett Street School takes hard work, commitment, and dedication at the best of times. The students in this graduating class completed their programs during the global pandemic of COVID-19. So let's celebrate your extraordinary achievements, the class of 2020. First, I'd like to ask the instructors to come up to the front and stand apart from each other. Dan Faya, Steve Brown, Lance Patterson, Matt Wada. And when I call your name, please come to the front. Your instructor will give you your diploma. Know that there is a camera behind me that's live streaming. Feel free to look at it and wave if you have people at home watching. There's also a photographer who's going to take some photos of you before you go back to your seat. I want you to take note of the special diploma cases that were made by Jeff Altpeter, our bookbinding department head. And the beautiful table holding the diplomas was made by one of your classmates, Jackson Fairley. He couldn't be here today. Hopefully he's watching from Australia. The chair that's up here was made by Lance Patterson and is holding a jersey that says Kretzky on it. And that's in honor of Alex Kretzky, who was involved with North Bennett for 32 years. He was my instructor. He was my shopmate and my colleague, and passed away 2 weeks ago, and we just wanted to remember him today. So let's get on to why we're here today. Graduating today in cabinet and furniture making, we have Amanda Lancaster Assetti. Greg Brandano. Jackson Fairley. Nicholas Fernandez. Emily Goff. Walter Girton. Colin McKenna. Nicholas Mengi. Matthew Narkevicius. Thomas Norton. McKenna Perkins. Jared Postma. Eve Radovsky, Michael Rowe, Robert Scheffner, Michael Turner, Daniel Weissman, and Jeff Woods. Okay, we're almost done. Heads up, I'll probably cry again. So the first time I attended a North Bennett Street School graduation was when I was a cabinet furniture making student. Walter McDonald, my predecessor, was in this spot announcing the names. And when he finished, he had some words of wisdom and encouragement, which I found so inspiring. I've been back for every graduation since then, and that's a lot of years. Long before I worked here, and even when I didn't know anyone who was graduating, I sort of thought of it as my annual pep talk. So I'd like to share those same words with you today, and I hope you find them as inspiring as I still do. We may be almost finished here, but it's far from over. There's a lot more to do. There will be mistakes from which you will learn. There will be customers you hope never to see again. New methods, equipment, and materials will change the way you work. You will get better and faster. If you don't get it right, you have the chance to do it better next time. There will be wonderful customers for whom you will do work your entire career, and they will recommend you to their friends, and they will become your friends because of your work. There will be a time when you finish a job, look at it, and realize that a short time ago you could not have done it, and you would not have even known where to start. And you will realize how far you have come. So in closing, may your tools stay sharp. May your work be scheduled a year in advance. May your customers always be satisfied, pay in a timely manner, and without argument. You have skills and knowledge that few people share. You can use these skills to make life better for others. You can be justifiably proud of jobs well done. So now we're finished here, and it's time for you to go out there and do great work. Congratulations. We're going to ask you to exit out the back through this door. You'll see an exit, and you can go out to the courtyard where some people are waiting for you. Oh, there's your umbrellas at the outside those doors. You want me to come this way? Yeah. So definitely come up towards me, and then there's an exit here with the two-story, and then there's usually a little patio. And we'll take some more pictures. Congratulations.